Hello. Welcome to a video here just going through some trading with MLF, with the Oracle, with Overmind, as it's called. So today we're just going to run through maybe an hour or two of trading, live trading. It's not going to be anything too exciting, just going to be following along with these signals, and hopefully we'll get some good ones throughout that 1 to 2 hour period. I'm going to be trading the beginning of the Asian markets. So it's just coming up to, or just gone past 3 p.m. my time, which is the time when the Asian markets open. Now, generally, I'll probably be trading probably 4 p.m. onwards, because then I'll get sort of, after the Asian markets have opened, 1 hour after, I can start trading for a couple of hours. Then I'd probably trade for maybe 4 or 6 hours during the day through to sort of 8 to 10 p.m, which enables me to capture a good portion of the Asian market as well as the open of the US markets, and a good overlap there, which tends to be, although we're still at the early stages, it tends to be when we're seeing the majority of our signals, our strong buys, our strong sells at this early stage. Once we have the history page up and running, we'll actually be able to see, we'll be able to plot on a chart where these, when the best trades are coming. And we've just got a strong buy that's popped up, so I'm going to stop talking and jump on that trade, the Euro Jappy. So we're here, it's telling us to buy 11.5 pips. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to 0.5 USD Jappy, calculate, and my risk size. What am I looking for? How does this work? Calculate. Current ask price. God. 1, 2. This is a horrible way of doing it. I can't wait till I've automated this. Amount to risk 180. Right, 180. What's the lot size? Standard lots. We're on standard lots, so I want to risk 1.89. 89. And it was Euro GP strong buy. Oh god, so what are we looking at? 11.5, 1.5. I'm not going to, I think I'm not going to edit these take profits and stop losses, because it's not an accurate representation of the exact take profit stop loss if I am manually overriding them there and changing, because that obviously it takes into account the spread when I'm doing that, so it sets them exactly, I guess, 8 pips below and above the entry point, regardless if it's a buy or a sell. So although my entry point is technically here, and that's only a 10.8 take profit versus a 12.4 stop loss, it will all even out over time with the the buys and sells and things, or so I hope. Maybe I need to look into that a little bit more actually, and maybe we need to include the spread in this. That's something that I'm gonna have to figure out as I go along. I'm still sort of learning a lot of the ropes here and figuring things out. I'm by no means an expert, and I'm having to relearn a lot of stuff that was fresh in my mind 5 years ago, but since coming back to trading is a little bit fuzzy. Anyway, with this trade we're looking to go up 11.5 pips. So we can see we hit some support here, and it's tested the support and then it's bounced back, but based on this very strong bullish rally here, and we're looking at the 15-minute chart here, and that strong rally was of 90 pips before pulling back down sort of 30 pips, and now it's appearing to build back up. Looking at this particular chart here, we've got sort of a reversal candle here, so that's that's a little bit of an idea that we might not be looking to buy this. But let's have a look at some of the other charts here and see what they've got cropped up. So we can see there is a mini sort of rally going on here, and it's starting to pull back. So all in all, I should say this is a reasonable trade here. It is on the 1 hour time frame, so we are looking to, we've got a nice little buffer down below there, and we're already profitable with the trade by a number of pips, and it seems to be going in our favor here. So all in all, pretty happy with that trade. I'm going to let that run in the background there while I sort of continue to talk about what I'm planning on doing. I gave the time frame there that I'm looking to trade every single day. Well, maybe not every single day, but at least 3 to 4 days a week out of the 5 active days of trading. I'll probably try to get at least 2 to 3 of those as live streams. Although I've got a lot of stuff that I generally will be doing while I'm trading, and a lot of that's business stuff that I don't want to have to go through while I'm doing a live stream. So the live streams won't be for the full duration of the trading period either. I'll probably do maybe like a 2-hour trading live stream twice or 3 times per week, just to show people that I am actually using the system and that it is a profitable system. Just to run through some of the trades over the last couple of days. I haven't been actively trading as much as I should have. Now we have just come into a new week, so there was obviously the grace period over the weekend. But looking at the account history, I looked at it today, and it's not great. In terms of the actual profits and loss, you can ignore those because for all of these trades below, I was just using a standard 1 lot size regardless of what I was doing. Going forward, I'm going to be doing the appropriate lot size to risk 2% of my account, and we're doing the 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. So with that in mind, it's sort of the actual profit and loss is not representative of what would have happened, because with each of these it would be 2%, right? So 2% profit, 2% loss, 2% loss, 2% loss, 2% profit, 2% loss. So we got 5 and 2, not looking great for that particular spell there. Now it is worth noting that I believe 2 of these trades, I can't remember exactly which ones, should have been profitable trades. One of them, it hit resistance 1 point below my take profit. It then hit 2 points below on the next bar and I was looking at, I think, what was I looking at? The 5 or the 15 minute chart. And at that instance, I realized that there was support, very strong support, about 1 point below my take profit that I'd set. And I was able to see that by going out to the 4-hour chart, and I could see that in the last number of weeks it had tested and pulled back from that resistance. So I would have exited that trade if I was trading for real, but because I was still in that early testing phase, I just let it run, and it did pull back and ended up reversing and hitting the stop loss. So that would have been a profitable trade because I would have exited straight away. My gut feeling told me exit right now. It's only a couple of pips below the take profit. There's no point risking that this is going to reverse back because there's a strong likelihood that it would. And another one, there was an error with my MetaTrader client where it did hit the take profit and it did not exit the trade. And it hit the take profit twice actually and didn't exit. So I'm a bit bummed out about that one, but that happens. I'm having issues with my MetaTrader where that is the case every now and then. The charts stop updating, and they're not updating on a tick by tick basis. In fact, I can probably show you one right now. It looks like this one's frozen. maybe. Yep, there you go. See, I constantly had this problem with the USD Chief, or CHF, but yeah, it won't update. It's not getting the new tick info. It is changing, but because I've compared it against obviously live data shown on the web, but for some reason my client has frozen and it's not updating. I don't know whether it's an issue with my broker. I don't know whether it's an issue with my instance of MetaTrader 4. I thought it was because I had multiple instances the other day of MetaTrader open, but it keeps on happening even when I've only got one open. And it'll happen on the Euro USD every now and then, the USD CNH or the CNY, depending on what broker you're using. That has an issue as well. That's frozen at the moment. I think the CAD also freezes quite frequently. So it's really frustrating because I'll enter a trade and then it'll freeze, and then I'll have to manually refresh it to see where it's going. And then even if I refresh it and it's hit the take profit, it won't exit, and it won't let me exit the trade. So sometimes that happens, and I'll spend 5 or 10 minutes trying to exit the trade, and it won't exit, even if I've hit my take profit. And then finally it might update, and you'll end up taking the profit, X amount over your take profit, or it will have reversed by then and it's gone back down. So super frustrating. I think it's probably an issue with the Wi-Fi that I'm connected to, being that it's an open system maybe, and there's some issue with the data getting through, or it could just be shitty internet from the Philippines. There's a lot of potentials here. Really, I'm just going to weather the storm until I get back to New Zealand, and if the issue persists back there, then I'll know it's something serious. But there's so many factors that will probably be overcome, just by moving country. So I'm just going to soldier on. It's only a demo account, so it's not that big of a deal, and I'll just mark the trades that I would have won had the system worked properly, or had MetaTrader worked properly. So I counted all the trades anyway that I took since I started operating with the system, which was where are we? We had like a 4-win streak. Here? Yeah, here. That's where I started. So this one, actually, even though I hit the stop loss, was technically a win. But I set the stop loss at break even after it rallied 30 pips positive, but the take profit was like a 48 pip take profit or something, because it was a 1 day trade. So yeah, I mean, that could have been a lot bigger of a winner, but it didn't end up being a loser, which is the main thing. So I think that's probably a rule I'm going to implement, is that on the 1 day trades, if I have something that's in excess of say 30, 35 or even 30 plus pips, that once it is broken past the 50% mark of that take profit, I'd probably, and it is shown that it is sticking in that area for a while, and it's not going to immediately pull back, that I'd probably set my take profit to either break even or just about break even, just to make sure it doesn't turn out to be a loser, right? That's one of the things, is you always cover your winning trades. Like, you always make sure that you don't turn a winner into a loser. But then we had a couple of good wins. So these, as I said, would all be 2%, because we're at a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio at the moment. And then we had a couple of losses. So I tallied them all up anyway, and it was 7-to-7 if you're just looking at purely losses versus wins. But then 2 of those, as I said, would have been winners. So we're looking at 9 versus what I said, 5. So around about sort of 65% accuracy, which is not great. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement there, and we can definitely bring that up. Oh, what happened? Did my trade hit take profit? Yes. Look at that. Boom. Euro Jappy. 293 profit. I am. How did that happen? this calculator doesn't work for shit. See what I entered? It told me 1.89 standard lots, and I would be risking 180 USD, which is my base currency, because at a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, that should have meant that I profited $180 there. What did I do wrong here? My account balance was 9,000 when I took that. Yes, it was. Account currency USD, risk percentage 2%. Stop loss in pips, it was 11.5. USD Jappy, that's what I took the trade on. I'm almost 100% sure. Euro Jappy. Ooh, okay. Okay. So I fucked up there. Was it a Euro? It was a Euro Jappy anyway, so I mucked up there. Oh shit, while I've been talking. GBP USD strong buy. Where were we? 124.888. Whereabouts was that? 124.888. Oh shit, this isn't fucking refreshing. No, I'm not buying that. Euro USD. Very strong buy. Oof. I mean, for a risk of only 4.6 pips, I'm not going to take that. My rule at the moment is I'm not taking anything under 5 pips, just because it doesn't give me enough leeway. It doesn't give me enough breathing room for the trades, especially in a high volatility situation like this. Having only a 4.6 stop loss is too likely that it's just going to pull back and hit that. And yeah, regardless, I do think this is probably going to go up. I do think this is a reasonable trade, but for that, I'm not going to take it. I might reconsider this one again, actually. 3.23 seconds ago, but it's frozen by the looks. GBP USD. Where are we? GBP USD. Fuck. I wish this wasn't frozen right now. That would be a great trade. Let's see if I can get in anyway. What are we looking at? 15.2. Can I copy that? Oops. Oh, cool. GBP USD. And what was it, like 15.5? Let's just say. Let's update that to 9,200. Calculate. Lot size of 1.178. 1.178. Oh, 1.18 rather. Jesus. Yeah, see, there you go. It's not going to let me enter even. But I might be able to refresh and then buy quickly. Refresh, buy. Buy. I want to buy. It's so annoying. It's so frustrating. Man. 15.2 it was anyway. 15.2. Uh, 1.21. Let's see if I can get in. Get in through a. Ah, fuck! What am I looking for? New order. 1.21. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm gonna see if I can fix this right now, actually. A break in connectivity, but I'm friggin' connected because the other charts are working. GBP USD, it's not going to work either. The frustration is real. The frustration is real. Connection issue. Yeah, breaking connectivity. Possibly it is just because the internet here is so unstable at the moment, which is super annoying. I did add MetaTrader to my antivirus as well as my firewall the other day, just to see whether or not that had any effect, but didn't seem to help out. Oh, FX CM, so that's what I'm using. Try to get some help from customer support. Email account, did you contact the broker? Enable maximum deviation to 10 pips so that I can buy without off error quote. Jesus, maximum deviation of 10 pips. Ooh, it looks like it might be pulling back anyway. So maybe we've saved ourselves from a loss there. What was it? Was it GBP USD that was showing it was coming about 15? Nah, it was oh yeah. What price though? 124888. Pretty much bang smack on the top here. That's a high risk trade anyway, if I'm going to be completely honest. Let me have a look at it. Maybe not. It does look like it's rallying pretty strong, doesn't it? On the 1 hour, we do look like we've got some support there, but how far? Yeah, so that's 20 pips sort of down to where we are now. So that could easily hit there. And it does look like it's got a pretty strong upwards trend here. And we'd be setting our stop loss sort of below the pretty much bang smack on the bottom of the 1 hour candle. Strong sell, USD chief. It's pumping. We're pumping out these signals, but I can't take them because the USD chief doesn't work. God damn it. The frustration. That's a good sell too. Oh, it's a 1 minute. Let me jump to. Ooh, strong downtrend, 15. 1 hour, ooh, I don't know about that. It's breaking out. I mean, what are we looking for? Only 5 pips. I don't know if I'd take that, to be honest. Let's get into sort of the bottom of the I mean there's still plenty of distance there and we'd easily hit the 5.3 in that range. It's a 4 hour chart. Let me just give us some more room here. See if I can make this smaller as well. I don't really need to look at that. Yeah, I mean, the likelihood of that hitting is pretty strong, but it's a pretty small prize there, really. So, although the likelihood is really high that that's going to hit, I don't know if I'd take that trade. You got to bear in mind that we don't need to take that many trades to be a profitable trader. 1 or 2 trades per day is plenty, right? I'm going to be taking plenty more than many more than that, just to prove the system and show you guys that it is working. And I am starting to cherry pick my trades a little bit more now. I was previously just taking every single strong buy and strong sell that was given, which didn't result in that great of results or outcomes. But now that I'm understanding the system a little bit more, and I'm actually looking at the charts to see if it's in our favor, right? Because this is a clear downtrend here, right? You know, it's been trending down for quite a long time, so we're within our rights to take this trade. However, just looking at the amount on offer, as well as the fact that it is getting near the 1 day low, makes me think that this is maybe one to just let go. But we'll check back and see whether or not it's actually gone in the right direction. And because this trade is on a chart that I'm having some issues with, is another reason that I'm not going to take this trade or even try to, or even attempt to. So we're looking at 30-minute chart here. Let me just go into the 1 minute and refresh that. We'll see. So it looks like we've probably already hit the take profit anyway. What are we? 3.5 minutes ago. So 3.5 candles ago, because this is a half candle here. 1, 2, 3. We would have entered around here, I think, at 945.48. 945.48. Smack bang there. And down 4.5. So we're not quite hit the take profit yet, but it appears to be trending that way. Let me refresh and we'll probably hit it. Oh, maybe 945.48, wasn't it? Right there. 5.5. Yep. So we would have technically hit that if we'd entered straight as the signal was given, but probably you would not have. You would have, you would have checked it. You would have waited. You would have checked the charts. Ideally, you would have checked the charts on all the pairings prior to taking any trades, so you'd know where they were going. And then you might have entered like a minute later, so you might have entered here. In which case, you probably haven't hit the take profit yet. And it may pull back on you. So there is a couple of factors to bear in mind here. You know, you're not going to be entering exactly when the signal is given. Most times you're going to spend a couple of seconds at least doing some calculations on the lot size based on the predicted change, and other factors possibly. USD CAD predicting a 61 pip move, only a 1.3 pip average income though, so not the best of signals. It is still a strong buy. There's some other factors that go into that. Let me just have a look at the USD CAD, see where that's sitting. And this is a 1 day. So we're looking at the 1 minute now. Let's jump over to the 30 minute. It does appear that it's got some strong buying. Some strong buyers rallying in here. There's a 30-minute chart, so there's probably quite a decent pip move there. 50 maybe. Yeah, 55 pip move, then it reversed back. And now it's sort of pulled back, but it's on a clear uptrend. So they're saying we're going to go from here to here. I like that. I think that's a pretty good trade. 7 minutes ago though, let's just see what the actual entry was. 135.259. 135.259. Down here. Where are we? Why is this not refreshing? Ugh. I'm not going to be able to take this one as well. 135.240. So we're down in the range. In fact, we're a little bit below, which is even better. I'm going to try take this trade, but I don't think it's going to let me. Let me take this in, what is it, a 61 pip. Where are we here? 2% risk. Oops, that's not what I'm looking for. 61. USD CAD. .408. I think I can only do 2 decimals here, so we're just going to go 0.41. And remove that at the beginning. And we're going to try buy, and it's not going to let us because it's a bitch. What the hell? Come on, MetaTrader, sort your shit out. Fuck me. I'm just going to spam that buy button until it lets me buy. 2.41. Is there a refresh button for what am I looking for? Properties maybe? Is there? Where's the settings? I don't know if there is any settings. Nope. So I don't think I can set up any oh, maybe here. Any keyboard shortcuts for refresh? Doesn't look like here. Server. Can I change my server? Oh, then I have to change my fucking logins. Let me just see if there's a... Nah, there's no keyboard shortcut there. They got keyboard shortcuts, but I don't know if I'm just gonna spam that a gazillion times. Let me buy. Sometimes that works. No joke. I'm not just trying to piss you off with these. I don't even know if you can hear it, but it's super annoying. Let me. Oh no, we're muted on desktop. That's what I've been dealing with. Bye. Bye. Oh, it's popping back up now anyway. Man. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paper trade this. Real paper trading. Old school in my book. Yes, books still exist for anyone under the age of 20 watching this video. Maybe even under the age of 22. Real paperback books. One last go. Nah, okay. We're gonna paper trade it. And I'm gonna check in tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another video tomorrow. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? There it is. Let me mute desktop again. And I'm gonna check on some music, I think. Okay, so we would have been taking this trade. Strong buy, USD CAD. Let me put it down here in my book. USD CAD. And the time is 3:37 my time. 3:37 p.m. And the entry price, we'll just do it, even though it went below, and I would have taken it at below if I could have entered. Let's just do it at this price. 135,259. 1.35259. 61 pip. 61 pi. I could jump over to something like TradingView and do this, but I really can't be bothered, so I'm just gonna write that down in the book for now, and we'll come back to that tomorrow. Let me just turn that down a bit. So we had a good flurry of signals there. It's definitely a good time to trade here after the Asian markets opened and into the US markets. There does seem to be a good number of these signals coming in. What I really am looking forward to is when we get this historic page or history page. I keep on saying historic, it makes it sound like a landmark or something, or a battle of history. But when we have this history page for signals up and running, that's going to be one of the key turning points, I feel, for MLF, for Overmind and the signals in general, because instead of me having to take trades to identify whether or not they're profitable trades, we're going to have a history of all the trades that were taken, and we sat down, me and Amory and I, if I'm going to be correct grammatically, sat down and spoke over the phone about what we wanted on this page and all of the different stuff that we were going to add to completely nerd out. So we both love statistics and numbers and optimization, as well as just analyzing data. So this is really up our alleyway. And we're going to show everything we can possibly think of that would be beneficial for you guys to look at, let me just make sure I'm not missing any trades, to look at and then create your own system around our system. So this is not meant to be the be-all, end-all of indicators, of signals. It's meant to be a tool that people use to better their trading, right? To become a better trader. And you may end up, once we've developed this to a certain standpoint, you may decide that you're not going to use any other indicators, you're not going to use any other chart analysis or fundamentals, or looking at the actual the news and stuff to see whether the price is going. So that may happen. Initially, it's probably a good idea to combine it with other systems until until it reaches a maturity where it is confidently predicting the right move. But what this there we go again. What this history page is going to do for us is it's going to have all of this data displayed plus much more. It is going to show us what the signal label was, for example, weak buy, and then it will be able to aggregate all of those weak buys for the previous 1 month period and give you a percentage in terms of which were winning trades, which were losing trades. And in fact, next to each of the individual trades, it will tell you at a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio using the predicted change, if I entered a trade at this price, would it have been a winning trade? And then what that will allow us to do is it will allow us to play around with that information and say, well, we're going to incorporate this right from the outset. If this was a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 1.25 or 1.5 or 1.2 risk rewards, then would this have still been a profitable trade? Another factor that's important to know is it may have been a profitable trade, but when was it a profitable trade? Because if it was a profitable trade after 24 hours of the time period, right, then you've got potentially the overnight charge to factor in. You want to know at what point did it hit your take profit, and you also want to know throughout the 1 hour prediction, if it was a 1 hour prediction, what was the maximum high, right? What was the maximum high? What was the maximum low? What was the maximum low before it hit your take profit? and when I say maximum low, you've got to understand that that is sort of I guess that is just a terminology I'm using. It could be maybe if I use the max negative, right? So the max negative that trade went in opposition to the direction you were wanting it to go. So if it was a buy, we're going down. If it was a sell, we're going up. That's what max negative stands for. So you would want to know the max negative in relation to your take profit if it was hit. That way it enables you to set more realistic stop losses and tighter stop losses so that you can increase your risk to reward ratio. And it's knowing little bits of information like that that is going to enable us to really hone this into a perfect system, or what we think is going to be a perfect system anyway. I'm a little bit bummed out we don't have any active trades going on, but we're going to have a look at some of the older trades that were given just until some new ones come in. So let's have a look and see where this USD CAD is going. It's not wanting to refresh for me at all. I don't think. Oh, maybe. I love how that's the last information it had way up there. So USD CAD, what did we enter at? 35259. So it was around about here. So we've actually gone down a little bit. But bear in mind this is a 1 day trade and we've got a 60 pip stop loss. So, you know, even if it goes right down here, we're still well within, and we're looking to head back up here. So I think this is actually a very smart trade, to be honest, because we can clearly see there's some super strong resistance here. It has broken through. This is the 4 hour chart. The 1 hour or 1 day trend, it's showing a slight uptrend over the whole duration here. If we're looking at the moving averages, the long 200 moving average, if we're looking at the 40 or 30, why is it a 30? I thought that was a 40. No, I'll leave it as a 30. The 30 day moving average, we're in a downtrend. So, you know, it's not, this is pretty much a sideways market in my mind. It's not really showing any clear direction. And I'm a little bit less certain than I was earlier about taking this trade, but I still think it's a good trade. I still think this massive rally here indicates that there is some strong interest in buying. Obviously it hit some, you know, some people wanted to come in and maximize on that strong rally there and make some quick sells, but then it sort of picked up again and now it's looking to pull back to around about here. I should say if it breaks out below this low here, then we're probably looking at a continuation of a downtrend. That's my thoughts. I'm no expert on the technical analysis, but that's just what I get from looking at this chart. We're looking for a reversal here from this downtrend. We got it. Now it's confirmed. Now it's pulling back to test this level here. But probably it's going to test here. I don't know, I'm just completely speculating here, but it does look like there is some actual resistance here. And I'm chewing on a lolly, if you're wondering what that is. Yeah, that's actually some genuine resistance. This is not so much resistance here. I mean, it is, but it can't really be defined as resistance. It's more just like extended. Yeah, so that is a whole resistance level over a 1 week. And this is the first time it has clearly broken through it in a long time. It's a 1 week chart. 2017, 16. So, broke through briefly, bounced back, and now it's deciding what it's going to do. With the current economic system, situation, the global pandemic, looking at this, I would say that it's probably going to just continue, and that is a very, very, very strong pullback. Boom, it's crashed, right? So there's huge potential to go up here, but we're only looking for a 60 pip profit anyway. So I don't know. I'm still thinking that's a worthwhile trade. We got a very strong buy. Ooh, only 3.8 pips though. I'm not going to take that. Average income of 0. So yeah, we're going to ignore that. We actually need to work on the rules. The rules are not displaying how they should be. Well, they are displaying how they should be, but we can make them better, is what I'm trying to say. Because that, in my mind, should not be a very strong buy. That's a very strong buy, definitely. But it's only showing up as a strong buy. So there must be, there's other factors that come in here. So there's the maze as well and stuff, which we might actually display on here just to give people a better idea. But maybe we display it not as maze, but as like a simpler indicator. But yeah, the rules do need some work, and we're aware of that. So just bear with us as we go through this process. The main focus, as I said, is that history page, but that shouldn't take too long at all. It should take a couple of days, and then we can focus on the rules and a couple of other things. I'm still chugging away at the MetaTrader side of things, but I think it's outside of my skill set. So I'm just going to do a basic indicator that will allow me to do this lot calculation by simply having something on the chart here that I can just enter in the stop loss, and it'll automatically do all those calculations that I'm manually doing on babypips.com at the moment, which is, if I can save 30 seconds there, that's huge. So I'll make that available to everyone once I get that up and running. But as for the proper indicator, it's outside of my skill set, and I know when to step aside and let the pros take on the challenge. Otherwise it'll take months when it could be done in the matter of a couple of weeks probably. Okay, let's just get some more room here. Euro JPY, so that was the trade we won. Let's have a look at those charts again and see where it's at. We're on the 1 minute time frame. 46 minutes ago. So we'll go to here and we look 9 candles back. We should get where we're at roughly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're roughly here, weren't we? 120795. What am I looking at? I'm looking at something wrong here. I'm on the wrong chart. Okay. This is the 1 hour 5, and we're going to count back 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're probably pretty lucky here. We just had a massive bullish candle on the 5 minute chart, and we entered just prior to it. 120759. We're 795. Sorry. So we did enter a little bit up here, but we easily hit that take profit. That was a 26 pip rally there in one candle, 22 pips, 23, and we easily captured the 15 11 pip, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. So nice trade there, nice easy profits. Very strong buy. Let's have a look at the Euro USD, and that was just a 4 pip profit they were looking for there, and the entry 12697. How long ago we're talking? 48. Oh, we're on the 1 minute chart. So it looks like we probably made a profit here as well. An easy profit, in fact. 12697. Jesus, it's going crazy at the moment. So another 30 pip profit there, but we would have only made the 4.6. So you know, we might have been stopped out. No, we would have been right. Let me just have a look at what candle we would have entered in. 43 minutes ago. So we're on the 5 minute candle at the moment. So let's go back 9 candles roughly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we would have entered on this candle here. Probably that candle itself would have been the indicator. So you know, that jumped back up. But I mean, you couldn't really, you know, one strong rally with the euro here gives that strong rally here with the Euro USD as well. So I mean, although you could say yes, two wins in a row, they're kind of quite strong with their correlation. So let's have a look at this one, GBP USD. That might be a bit, you know, bit nicer when it comes to if it is a win. Let's see, we got very strong buy Euro GBP. Is that the one I took? No, Euro GBP. Where's my Euro GBP chart? There. I can take this if I want to, but as I said, that was a very. I mean, it's probably going to be a profitable trade, but you know, we need to work on figuring out where we want to set our take profits, and that's, as I said earlier, we're going to be figuring out what's the maximum positive that the trade goes and maximum negative that the trade goes for each of the signals, so that even though we have this predicted change here, we can probably then give more accurate take profits and stop losses, even if they exceed the predicted change. So this is the optimization period. These are the kind of numbers that we're looking into as ways that we can really capture the majority of the profits across all of the trades. Anyway, I was back on the GBP USD, wasn't I? Strong buy 40 minutes ago, so if we go to the 5, that'll be 8 ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So could have been down the bottom here. 1, 2, 4, 8, 8, 8. Oh, this is frozen. God damn it. Let's just figure out where 2, 4, 8, 8 is anyway. We might have lost this one. Yeah, around about there. Predicted move was 15.2 pips, so we're still in the trade and we're positive sort of 4 pips, and probably it is heading up. We'll keep an eye on that one. Let me just write that down so I don't forget. GBP USD. I'll have a look at that before I end this video. GBP USD buy at 124.888. Yeah, so it does. It's testing this resistance here, but there's a pretty good possibility that it is going to rally and break through there because it's already tested here. It's pulled back, now it's going up again, and it's not like it's weak. Not like it's looking weak there. And it is, you know, is looking to go up. So let's have a look at some of the other ones. We got a strong sell here for USD Chief 30 minutes ago. Oh, that didn't look too good, but this is another one of the frozen ones, so that looks a bit better for the sell. We're on the 1 minute. Let's go back 5 candles. Not 5 candles. What are we going back? 6 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around about here. We have gone down. So what we're looking to capture, 5.3 pips, 94548. 94548. 94548. So about here. We would have still been in the trade and we would have hit the take profit. So it's another win there. Looking pretty good really out of all the trades given here. Bearing in mind that, you know, it's completely up to you if you take the trades. I implore you to actually, you know, look at the trades how I'm looking at the trades, and if it is under a five pip move, predict a change on the 1 hour time frame, then I think it's in your interest not to take that trade. That's just my personal opinion, but I look at that and I immediately think that that is far too tight of a stop loss, and that the volatility of the market can easily bounce. You know, it regularly does, even within a 1 minute candle, bounce up sort of 5 pips. So look there, you know, this is a 5 minute candle. Let me jump to a 1 minute candle, but 1 minute candles, you know, 4 pips, it can easily just crush your stop loss just like that. So, you know, 2 candles, boom, 4 pips. So you can easily see, like, just by looking here, the chances of you getting stopped out are very, very high, and it's just not worth it. Let us go to some of these one day. Let's go towards some of the end ones just so we can actually capture them before they exit. And something you might not be aware of is to keep these tables from being a mile long, we're actually only allowing 3 trades per pairing to show up. And when the third or the fourth one comes in, the third gets pushed out. So that's why you only ever see trades that are like 3 or 4 hours old on the one day, and that's because it's constantly refreshing with new ones. And if we left them in there for the full 24-hour period, there would, you know, it'd be far too confusing. So that's what we're going to use this history page for as well. All of the trades are going to get documented there. So even if you enter a trade and you want to know when you're specifically supposed to exit it, you can go there and it'll show you the entry time, and then you just count 24 hours from that entry time and you'll be set. So let's look at this very strong buy of the GBP USD, which is another, you know, the chart that's having issues at the moment. It's crying, it's hormonal, and it's not doing what I want it to do. It's been a teenager. Entry point 24664. Ooh. Oh, this is a 1 hour chart. I was like, wow, that's a bad entry point, but 24664. I mean, we probably 24664. So around about there, it looks like we would have been stopped out on this one. What's the stop loss we're looking for? 16.5 pips. Yep, that would have been a loser 3 hours ago. I'm assuming this is up to date, which is probably a wrong assumption. So that's only just come in, that candle. So 1, 2, 3 and a half. No, 3 and a little bit. So yeah, it would have gone down here. But the thing is, I don't know when this happened. So this is what I'm saying with the knowing the max negative and max positive, we would be able to definitively identify if this was a winner or a loser. See, it might have spiked down here. Actually, no, that's the close of that candle. So no, we're all right. So it closed, and we would have lost that trade, and then it rallied back. So a bit unfortunate there, but it happens. Strong buy, USD CAD. Very similar to the one that we've paper traded, actually, I believe. Let me look at the 5-minute chart. Still looking pretty good. So 3 hours ago, a little bit over 3 hours ago. So let's go to the 30-minute chart and we'll count back 6 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would have been around about here. And 61 pips. We'll definitely still be in this trade, but let's just see when it's actually told us to enter. 1.35401. Right there, roughly. So went up 20 pips, pulled back, and it's negative 20-ish. But we've still got plenty of leeway there, and we're looking for profit, take profit up around here within that 24-hour period. Let's check if there's any new signals. Nope. Weak. Very strong GBP USD. 44 minutes ago, 16 pip. Not a bad little profit there if it was right. Oh my gosh, I hate these charts. Ugh. Stressing me out. So we would have entered around about there, I think. In fact, let me just go down to a smaller chart so it's more manageable. 45, so 2 and a bit candles ago, down here somewhere. Exact is 24897. 24897. 248. Oh gosh. I hate that last little bit. 898, pretty much there. So take profit 16 pips, profitable by about 10, and we wouldn't have been stopped out. So I mean, that's looking pretty good, but we are closing in on this, which, you know, I'd consider. If we see a couple of candles that look like they're topping here, I would be exiting that trade. And to be honest, I would probably be moving my stop loss to break even at this point in time, just because there is a good chance that it's going to hit that and come back. Yeah. I mean, it could go either way, but you may as well cover your profit there. What's going on? Okay, maybe that wasn't updated. It looks like we've already hit the take profit. Have we? What am I looking at? Where's the entry? Somewhere around here, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, it looks like we've 248.97, so a couple more pips higher than that. Yeah. 16. I mean, if we'd entered exactly, we probably would have just hit it. And we would have hit it there. There you go. So that's a winner. What's next? This one won't have. This is the one we paper took, and that's all of them up to their current period. Alright, because this video is not, we don't have any active trades, there's nothing to monitor at the moment. I think I'm going to cut it there and go away and have some lunch, but I'll still keep monitoring for the next probably 3 or so hours, and then I'll create a video tomorrow recapping what the rest of the trades were and if we have any active trades still going on. I'll also figure out whether or not that USD CAD would have been a profitable trade. But just having gone back through and recapped the very strong buys there, it does appear that the majority of them would have been winners, right? And that's looking at the trades and taking smart trades. Like, you don't take this trade, so you don't include that in your percentages. You do take that trade. That was a winner, remember? You don't take that trade, it's under 5 pips, but that would have been a winner anyway. And the 1 day trades that we looked at, there was a couple of winners there and a couple that still would have been open, and I think 1 loser. So I think there was only one clear loser that I looked at, and 4 winners, but that's just going straight off memory. So, you know, that's some pretty good results, really. And we're definitely going to refine that, as I said. So I'll see you in tomorrow's video anyway, for anyone who's interested in following along. And I'm probably just going to do pre-recorded videos this week and then start the live videos next week. And hopefully by next week we will have the history page up and running, so I can run you through that as well. Alright, I'll see you in tomorrow's video.